I replaced the feet on 2 of the black and 2 of the brown. These are the original vintage black cows. You'll notice that they have that reddish brown mat, and it's much longer than the one that I purchased from Portlines, which I think has something to do with the speed of the movement and as well as the bouncing. This is the original on the brown cow. This is the one that's got the holes eaten in it. And then here's the new mat or new feet on the brown cows. It gives them some smoothness in their movement. I didn't have enough to go around, so I gave the owner 2 and 2, and then let him take a look at these, see if he wants to replace those, and I'll order some more. Now, when you put this on, what I did is that I found that if these are vintage and factory, they're very difficult to get off. So I basically scraped them and kept sawing them off with a number 11 very sharp X-Acto knife. I kept scraping down until I got separation, and then simply stood it up on end and started sawing down until I got separation, scraped the plastic clean of the adhesive, and then gently rubbed these over a very fine, extra fine sanding sponge, and then wiped that clean with a little water, let it dry to get a really smooth base. Now, according to what Portline's recommended, there's a wide variety of solvents or adhesives you can use to hold these on. What Portline's recommends is put something on there that's easy to get off if and when you want to replace them. And they recommended two-sided, just standard Scotch two-sided tape. And that's what I used. I simply clean them off, cradle the cow into my vice grips, but not pinch them. They don't need to be pinched. Just so I've got the base turned up. You can use anything that will just hold it steady, maybe even just 2 more hands from somebody else. Then I stretched a piece of tape about, maybe a 1/2 inch too long on either side, centered it right over the cow. It's almost the exact width. Put the mat on and then press down to push the mat and the tape to the cow, and then used again my number 11 very sharp X-Acto knife to simply go around the edge and just shave that off. Comes off very, very easily. I prefer that rather than adhesive, although I think anything from Elmer's wood glue to anything like that will work. And then of course there's overkill on it, like something like crazy glue, which is going to make it, I think, a little bit more difficult to remove should you ever need to do that. Now, one more thing about the cows. Black in the left pen as you're looking at the stockyard and you're looking at the doors on the shed. Hold the cows head away from you when you put the mat on, and make sure that the slope of the mat is back like this. Now, how do you tell how do you tell the brown from the black? Well, the manufacturer marks the other side of these mats with a black magic marker and doesn't mark these. So the ones that are plain go on brown cows. The one that have the black stripe marked with the magic marker from this particular supplier anyway goes on the black cows. Make sure that when you when you put it on, that the direction of the fiber is slanted back, and I think you can see that slants back just a little bit, and you can see it. Do it the other way, then you're going to have cows going in reverse. Now, if you ever need to brush these, the rule of thumb is hold them upside down, and use that left-right rule again. Hold them upside down with the head facing away from you, and then brush at about a 20 degree or 25 degree angle back to your left like this. Or in other words, back to the pen that they go in. For the brown cows, exact opposite. Bottom up, head pointed away from you, and then brush in this direction. So in other words, think of brown always being brushed to the right in the right pen, black cows always brushed to the left in the left pen. So I think we're going to wrap this project up. The owner will be here probably within a day to see this demonstrated and pick it up, and I think he'll be pleased with it, considering that what it was not doing before and that it was not operating hardly at all. and I think he's good to go to the next step. Thanks again for watching Dave's American Flyer Trade.